Hello everyone, and welcome to the open world spawn system showcase map. I'll be going over the important blueprints here that you'll need to set up the spawning in your level and how they work. So first we have the spawn point. You can see spawn radius, navigatable radius. When left at 0, this will just be the spawn radius. Basically what this means is, say you make it this big, then in this entire area AI will be able to spawn. For now we'll make it small, so only in this circle will AI be able to spawn. Navigatable radius, if you make that bigger, then that means that they can navigate outside of that area. So say if it's roaming AI, so they're just walking around to random places, then they can navigate outside the area as well. So I set up one roaming AI. I made him a zombie, so an enemy. That's just one click here. That's because of how I set up the master AI. So it's different functionality depending on if they're friendly or not. This way you can create roaming, path following, or stationary AI easily for both factions without having to redo it or make extra children and duplicates and things like that. Second one is a stationary one that I'll get back to that later. And third one is a path one that follows a certain path. Now this is using a struct, so if you have your own AI you should replace this with your own master AI. I can go in here, but really you shouldn't have to be in here. Most of this is set up. If you're gonna add your own master class, then it might be nice, because as you can see there's some casting going on here for certain checks. So yeah, but if you're gonna start off with this as a base and then build on top of that, then you really shouldn't have to be. Next. So this is a stationary location, just very simple BP actor, and it's mainly just used as a reference. And the rotation is important. That's what the arrow shows, what way is it rotating, because then the stationary AI knows where to look or how to start. And then we have the path AI, and the easiest way to show that is to drag one out and show it to you. Spawn system path points. So smart thing to do is auto assign number, and then because we're going to make a second path and we'll make a second part start at number 5, alt click, so you make a duplicate basically, and because auto assign number is activated it will update everything properly. Is this the final destination? And now we have full circle. Say you want to add something halfway, always click update when you're done. It will also disable auto assign number, which is good. So say I want to add a point between 9 and 10. What do I do? You can just click +1 to all next points. It will add 1 to this one, and it will make, so now if you click update, it will make a gap because it can't find position 10. You set this custom number 10, click update again, and then you have full circle. Also when you do it here, say we have this one, doesn't matter really, number 3. And we do +1 to all next locations, and then update, it breaks this, and you just to make new number 4 update, and there you go. And these are automatically updated as well in the check, so there's no confusion between the two paths, even though originally they followed each other up. They still do now, but the values have been changed. And then in the example there's a master AI, just some basic stuff, the dissolving, death, what to do when something happens. We have the roaming AI, they just go to random locations. Everything's in functions here. Stationary AI that stands at certain location, and the path AI that follows the path. And yeah, here's a quick demonstration. So now we have an enemy. Pew. Oh yeah, forgot to talk about that. So if you have a stationary AI like I do here, you can set the references. I forgot to set this path reference to here, and there we go. And if you already read the description, you're probably wondering, like, why do I see trigger boxes, or why do I see these blue spheres? That's because it's enabled in the manager. There's also a spawn manager, which you can drag in here. It won't like it because there's already one. But basically with this thing you can say, oh, I want to see all the spawn points in editor, or I don't. See, now all those points are just disabled in editor, I can't see them. Because it might get annoying if you have a whole lot of them in the level and you're working on something. So this one manager takes care of them all, which is nice. And there's also in-game, so this way you can disable it in-game. And when you do disable it in-game, most of these things are deleted because they have no value. I mean, the trigger boxes are really just there to visualize, and there's always you don't want them in the world, so they're destroyed on begin play basically. Unless you're visualizing them, then they're still there, but that should only be done for debugging when you're testing yourself, not in the level, of course. So most of this is actually destroyed. Only the important data is kept. So yeah, I think that would be about it. If you have any questions, feel free to contact me, timvankan.com, or here in the comments. And make sure to check out the performance video which I just recorded. It's a pretty nice result. You can see the difference between performance if you had all the AI in the level versus spawning them in. That's pretty cool. And yeah, well, there's also a demonstration video where I just throw these into a level, but it's not very different from what I showed here. So you'd have to pick, I guess, or watch them both. There I go a bit more in depth on how to set up the spawning. Okay, thank you for watching, and yeah, look forward to hearing from you.